Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Me.
Nothing is over!
What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. In today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at the worst CGI in films. Now, this is something I wanted to do, make it more interactive with you guys, so I put a poll out on my YouTube community about what we should talk about in worst CGI in films 1. So we voted on it. I asked you guys to drop your answers, what you think the worst CGI in films are. So I'm going to go through your questions, and we'll have this nice interactive talk about it. All right, so first one we got Elena. Elena says the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, specifically when they try to recreate the scene of Freddy coming out of the wall while Nancy is sleeping. Yes, I agree with you, Elena. It's one of the big problems with this movie is the CGI in it. This really takes you out of the movie. That original movie is so good with the practical effects. And let's look at both of them. Like the original, him coming out of the wall, the remake. With the original movie, there was very little camera movement. The camera just sat there. It's dark. Nancy's in her bed. There's already this atmosphere that's with it. And then he just slowly comes out. You know what I mean? It's a real slow kind of thing. And the music cues everything. And it's just fantastic. It's just a real creepy moment. And you know what? An effect that probably cost $15. Something to do with spandex or something. Going through the spandex, the effects guy. Something like that. And it really works. The remake, there's no tension with it. There's nothing, man. It's just this. You can clearly tell this is all digital, and he's coming out through the wall. He's doing all this fantastic stuff, and it's horrible, man. I agree with you. I think it's a pretty bad use of CGI. And you know why did you have to recreate that like that? You should have come up with something completely original. But yeah, that one's not good, so I completely agree with you. Jeff says The Mummy Returns. The Scorpion King CGI was absolutely atrocious. I don't even remember this movie, so I had to go back and watch the clip of this thing, and oh my god, is it bad. It looks like a PlayStation 2 video game or something. What's this one back in 2002? Some of that early 2000 CGI was not great, man. Not great at all. And from what I've been reading, they couldn't get an accurate profile of his torso and all that kind of stuff. But his face is bad too, man. Everything is bad. This looks terrible. How can you take a movie serious? Not that it is a serious movie. By watching this, it is so bad. I completely agree with Jeff on this. I think we could all agree that this is pretty terrible. I don't know what they were thinking when they were doing this in post and what they knew they had, but it was early 2000s, so a lot of CGI was probably shoddy back then. I don't know, but this is not the great to look at now, that's for sure. And honestly, I hardly even remember this movie. But watching that clip, I was just laughing how bad it was. But that's a good one, Jeff. Excellent choice. Beth from Miss 80s Movie and Music says the CGI mask in H2O, horrendous. Why? I knew this was coming. Someone was going to mention the Michael Myers mask in H2O. I don't think it's particularly a great movie. I mean, you can have some fun with this one, but that one scene where they CGI his mask, I don't understand. I don't, like Beth says, why? Why did you do that? You already had a mask. Not a great mask, but at least you had a mask. I mean, why do you need to CGI a mask? If any of you know why they even did that, was it just an idea they were toying around with and they inserted it in the movie? Why not? But it's glaringly bad. Really bad. Thank God it's only in like one shot or so. But yeah, it is pretty terrible, Beth. Absolutely pretty terrible. Horror Lives Matter says Sleepwalkers morphine sequences are truly awful. Yes, they are. Now, when I was a kid, I really enjoyed this movie. I might even still like this movie. But, you know, with the cat people and the guy's obsessed with this one girl. And I think that I know the one you're talking about where it's on the highway with the cop. And it kind of does this. It looks like Play-Doh. I'm not sure if it's CGI or if it's like an animation of some kind. But it's not great. I mean, when I was a kid, I thought it was cool. But I looked back at again. I went on YouTube, checked out this clip. It's horrendously bad, so bad, man. But at least there's some humor with it, because after he changes, you know, the cop goes, "What the fuck?" Pretty funny stuff. But bad. Yeah, this looks like Play-Doh, man. Like clay animation. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but it's not great, dude. It's not great at all. So yeah, that's a terrible one. And we got my good friend Bacon Pew Pew. He says Jeepers Creepers 3 and Reborn. Yes. I don't know what to tell you about this one, man. I haven't seen Reborn, but I've seen Jeepers Creepers 3, and it's terribly bad. That CGI. It's, you know, the scene that gets me is the chase scene. The chase scene plays out like a Mario Kart freaking video game. They're shooting at the truck and everything like that. The truck drops some kind of weapon that explodes. I'm like, it's so glaringly awful. Like effects that I can buy off my software here and insert into my videos. There's no blending. Like there's nothing that looks real here. It's like they just inserted effects, especially with the gun blast and the sparks and everything like that. This is awful, man. This is like we completely ran out of money. I don't know what the budget for this movie was. And even showing the creeper in the daytime, and you know what, he really works better at night. Not that he can't show him in the daytime, because that first movie really showed him well in the daytime, but these are that one scene anyway. I mean, I don't remember much about this movie, but I remember that because it was so awful. It is awful, man. Like, it's just like any one of us could have inserted the same effects into our YouTube video, and when that thing blows up, you can see that they just inserted it into the shot. You gotta make the CGI and the world blend and make it look like it's all real. You know what I mean? The best you can. And it was pretty awful, man. Pretty awful indeed. That was all your answers, guys, about worst CGI in films. I you know, it was a blast seeing this and kind of just going through these clips and trying to find things to talk about. And yeah, it's just some awful stuff there. Some awful stuff, man. And we'll do this again sometime. We'll do an interactive thing where I take your answers and I talk about them. Let me know in the comments below what some of your worst CGI moments are in film. We'll have a good discussion about it. And yeah, this was fun, guys. And I will see you on the next video. And I will see you in the movies. Cheers.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Me. Nothing is over!